Guys, how we doing? I'm Ryan Mack. Welcome back to the Trading Guys. Today we're going to be doing the fundamental weekly review. As always, I'm not really going to bother on the technical analysis side because there's fuck all here. We're currently in NZD USD sales. We've been kind of bouncing in and out of profit and drawdown for the last couple of days, but like, yeah. Waiting for this. My stop loss is above these previous highs because what it may do, it can either come up here, reject, and melt again. It can either come back up here, liquidity grab, boom, reject this top zone, liquidity grab above this zone here, and then melt again. So my but this is a great entry point, right? This is a beautiful entry point. We have got small candle, large engulfing, breakaway, lower highs, lower lows, boom. Comes back up, retest this zone, and away it goes. So we entered as soon as this hammer, hold on, I'll zoom in. As soon as this hammer here closed, boom, that's your entry. We entered around here. That was around here, actually, there it is. It went down, you can see we're in good profits. We're in slight drawdown. I mean, who cares? And we're just going to let that run. Okay, so my stop loss is miles away because it's a swing trade, right? It's not a day trade or a scalp or anything. I do the old swing trading. But apart from this, there's really nothing else right now that is even anywhere near lining up for something that I would take, right? So I'm not going to waste any time going through the technical analysis. What I'm going to start with today, we normally start with Forex Factory, right? What I'm going to start with today is Prime Market Terminal. This is a phenomenal piece of kit, guys. Phenomenal. I'm going to show you all the different excuse me, all different parts it has. I've zoomed my screen so it's 150% because I know I've got one of those big massive meter long screens, and if you're watching it on a laptop sometimes you're like, I can't see anything, so I've done that. First of all, in fact, let's just go to the beginning. So look, I've got the first one is Trading Journal. You can set up these templates and widgets any way you like, right? There's literally hundreds to choose from. Look, you can go to templates, you can go to create new, you can go to template library, you can go here to widgets. There's all different widgets that you can add. Look, there's literally millions. Seat charts, seasonality, COT, which is the banks, what trades are the banks in, heat maps, currency streams, news, macro data, central banks. There's everything here, volatility, there's even market sentiment and so on, right? So you don't have to use all of them. Excuse me. You just choose a template and then you add the widgets to the templates, right? So right here I've got this one here, macro AI. It gives you a market rundown, and it says sources used, and you can click it and it tells you all the sources that this AI has used to, come up with this forecast, if you like, right? There's a technical chart down here, NZD USD. You can change the currencies right here. Forex, indices, stocks, and what's the other one? Commodities, high Kanashi baseline, blah blah blah, right? You can do tons of stuff. You change the currency pair here. Moving on. Here's all your pairs. They're still doing updates, guys. So you can see, you get these little weird photographs. They're still doing updates here. So don't worry when you see something, you go, oh, that doesn't look very complete. I've just got super early access to this as they're still building it in the background, right? So even the stuff I'm going to show you here is phenomenal. They've actually got even better stuff in the pipeline. Okay, so this is going to get amended, but look, here's all your pairs anyway. Here we have got your old COT position, so that's USD. You can change it here. USD is bullish. Let's look at NZD because we're in NZD USD sales, right? NZD is bearish, okay? NZD USD sales, so NZD is bearish. Happy days. It's in alignment. So the banks, we are in alignment with the banks. Now over here, there's different. You can select dealer, intermediary, asset manager, institutional, or leverage funds. You want to select. Pardon me. You want to select leveraged funds, okay? Because that's the quick money within a couple of weeks. The other ones are more like what's happening over the space of years, right? And we don't really want that. This one here, this will be, look, here we go. This is dumb money index, so they are potentially bullish just now, which is good for us because you want to be doing the opposite of the retail traders, right? Retail traders are all in buys just now, and the banks are all in sells just now, okay? Here we can look down here, just pull this up. If you want to select the full page, just click here and you can see it. So NZD USD is fairly neutral at the moment, but it's more towards, where are we? You can click on this as well, sorry. If you want to see that larger, you can click on that. Oh, I forgot to show you that there. Same again, click to expand, and there you go, okay? Where are we? Bank trades template. So this is phenomenal. I'm going to cover this. So this here, this top one, is seasonality. So what it does is it takes data from the last 5, 10, and 15 years, and it tells you that each month, here's the year 2022, 2023, 2024, and so on, 2026. It tells you the average. So we are, we're coming, what is this? March, coming into March. It may rise slightly based on seasonality, and then a massive dip in the likes of April, which is lovely for us as swing traders. But you can see last month, it was already in the minus, so that's again is good for us. Now, if I slide this up, again you can change what currency you're looking at here. So this is NZD USD. You can change the currency pair here. All right. I'll move this over. Now, if we look at this one here, should I just get that where it is? Sorry. If you look at this one here, it tells you where is the bloody file? Hold on, move this out of the way. Oh, there we go. Okay. Bosh. There we go. So it tells you here: USD weak bullish, Euro weak bearish, GBP weak bearish, CAD weak bearish, AUD bullish, NZD weak bearish. So again, we're on the right trade. Japanese yen weak bearish, Swiss franc bearish. Okay. Now remember, if we go to do the fundamentals after this, right, after I show you this, and I've got slightly different readings from this, you just have to remember this here is based on what the market is doing right now, today, tomorrow, this week, and so on. My way of looking at the market is based upon what is the market doing overall. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you what I mean by that. We have market cycles, right? So we've the market cycle like this. Okay, and then it goes bang, 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 and then it starts to cycle again, right? Market cycles. So when I'm saying to you, let's just say USD, let's just use an example, right? Let's just say USD is bullish, right? It's because I'm seeing the USD like this, right? It's getting stronger and stronger and stronger each time. When you look at Prime Market Terminal, and it might say USD is bearish, it's because it's in this part of the market cycle. So none of us are wrong. You know, it's bearish in the here and now, but I'm looking at it for the bigger picture. Every quarter is inflation going up. Every quarter is employment getting better. Every quarter is the housing mortgage approvals becoming more. Is the employment getting better? Is unemployment getting less? And so on. So I'm looking at the bigger picture. So when I'm saying, okay, USD is strong, it's bullish, I'm talking about overall it's bullish. It's an uptrend, right, in the market cycle. But when we look at Prime Market Terminal and it says, oh, this is weak bearish or whatever, then it's just in this pullback phase of the uptrend. Do you see what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense, because that was quite a good example there. And now you can just, give you some understanding on that, Salah. So, where are we now? We don't slide this across. Where are we now? So you can click on this. I keep forgetting you can expand it. So look, you can expand this. I'll move this out of the way. And it tells you here, all the different things. If you want to close bank research, you can close it, you can open it, and you can see everything, each sector here, which makes it bullish and bearish. The important one is down the bottom, overall. What is it? You just want to look at the bottom overall. This one here, Smart Bias History, this is quite a good tool. When I'll bloody move this out of the way, because it shows you the cycles, right? So look, USD, it was bullish, bullish, neutral, very bearish, 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 back into bullish. What do you predict? Bullish, bullish, bullish. Look, it happens each time, look. Bearish, bearish, neutral, bullish, bullish, neutral, bullish, neutral, bullish, 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 boom. back into bearish, okay? And you can see these market cycles, bearish, bullish, bearish, bearish, bullish. It'll keep going, bullish, 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 then bearish, bearish, bearish. It'll carry on, right? So it's a good little insight here. This is one of my favourites that they've added, which I don't believe they had on the last one, right? It is bank trades. Okay, so this is trades that the banks are in. Come on. Why is that not letting me pull over? I don't know why it's not letting me pull over. However, normally, let's just see. Normally, oh come on, don't tell me my screen's froze. Anywho, let's just crack on. It tells you here, Barclays Research, they've got a sell limit order, currency, GBP, AUD, the date that it was set, the 9th of Feb. The entry price is 19700. The take profit is 18500. So that's what a sell. Stop loss is at 2000 and it's currently active. Right, you can click on here to see the chart and it will show you the chart right here. If I could move this out of the way, I don't know why I can't. I would bloody show you. This is actually annoying. I don't know why my screen's froze. However, there it is. Look, stop loss, entry, stop loss is here, and the take profit is down here. So you can clearly see that's a sell, all right? And you can look at all these now. You can't just look at these and be like, right, the banks are all in that, I'm going to take those trades, because you might be miles away from their entry, so it doesn't make sense for you to just jump in the trade. You would have to wait for a pullback, then you could enter, and away you go, right? So you have to bear that in mind as well. But it is good to have a look at them, especially if we came here and we saw NZD USD, and we can compare our trade to the trades that the trade that the banks are in. Then it's like, oh, happy days! This is fucking awesome, you know. So, yeah, why is that not thinking? Weird. Why is that not? Come on. Ah, there we go. Okay, I can now move that. There we go. I don't know what the hell happened there. Okay, we're now back in. So you can see that here. Look, if you want to drag this across, you can actually make this larger. If you want to see, sorry. Yeah, if you want to see where the banks are in, you could do that. You could drag it across. You can open it up. You could be like, right, the stop loss is here. Their entry was here. And they'll take profits down here. You know, happy days. So then, look, you see this point here? Boom, where it's broken. If this goes back up, retest here, you could enter it and take it down. Your stop loss would be above here. All right. Great tool, honestly. Here is news and sentiment. So right here is essentially your Forex factory, right? So you don't even have to go to Forex factory. You've got everything you need right here. Here is geopolitical news. This is real-time headlines. We've got something similar on our Discord channel, newsfeed. So there we go. We've got all the fresh news, right? However, on here, you've got both side by side. So if you're sitting here and you're watching the markets, and all of a sudden President Trump is like, right, we're going to kick off with Iran, it will show up here instantly, and you'll be like, okay, as soon as you see that, like, bombs have just been dropped in Iran, what are you going to do? You're going to buy fucking gold right away. You're going to buy Japanese yen, buy Swiss franc, all against weaker economies, and it's going to fucking melt, right? Or fly, depending on which way you take it. So you've got the full news here again. You can expand it all, right? So you've got the full news. It's just like Forex Factory. Same again, news. You can click on it. You can actually click on them individually and read them, right? Market sentiment. So you know I'm always talking about risk on, risk off, sentiment or neutral. There we go. Look. Strong risk appetite. Capital flowing to growth assets. So that's capital's going to be flowing to USD, gold, because gold is both, you know, risk on and off. Equities rallying, emerging. It's going to go into bonds as well, I should say. People will put more money into bonds, and if people put more of their money into US bonds, it creates a higher demand for USD, which then gives the USD strength in terms of Forex, okay? So these are all little things we can look out for here. Sentiment, we've got gold and silver here as well, if we want to look at gold and silver. Neutral risk on indicator, supply and demand areas. I've included this because I love a bit of supply and demand areas. Again, I've got NZD USD because that's the trade that I'm in just now. and we want to be looking for, you can change what it is, commodities, indices, the symbol, hourly, daily, weekly, you can change it all here, okay? If you want to look at an individual pair, you can bring up the individual pair right here, and what you will find is that down the bottom here, so this is seasonality, we have got DMX, Dumb Money Index. You can change the DMX opens here. COT, we've got the banks. What are the banks in? The banks are in sales. Happy days. We want to be in sales. And then your macro AI, if you want to ask it any questions, you can ask it any questions. Okay. Daily, again, this is just one that they've made up. We've got news again, blah, blah, blah. You don't need all of this. I mean, you could delete that one if you wanted. GBP NZD is another one I was looking at. GBP USD, and so on. Okay. If you come here, you can change it. I just like stuff to be dark because I don't like sitting in front of a screen all day. You can, oh, for fuck's sake. Let's just move this out of the way. Okay. There we go. Oh, shit. There we go. Look, you can make it light if you wish, right? So if you want it in white, you can have it in white. I just prefer it in dark. I don't know. I prefer all my screens in dark, okay? But if you're someone who prefers it to be light, you can have it in light. Oh, and I'm going to show you one of my favourite things here on this. They've got trading journal, right? Look at this. You can click on it. Charts. Tells you right here. Look, direction, correct, blah, blah, blah. Planned reward. Equity, before I entered, was 97,739. Yeah, just keep rolling with it, alright? And you can go to here, notes. You can look at the notes. Market conditions and trend analysis. Key support areas, trade setup, confirmation, and so on. So I've already put one in there. I don't know what it is. And then here, you can actually put images. So just now, if I try to put an image, it won't allow me to. But let me just show you. Look, this was my NZD USD. So you can open that, and you can put your image in here. Okay, there it is. Look, upload images. So I can look back at my entry. It's phenomenal, and I can read all my notes. You can go to risk management. You can put notes in here. Post-trade review, and then notes in general, right? It's fucking amazing. And then, excuse me, when you click back on it, it tells you right here, gives you all your trade details, right? It's a phenomenal piece of kit. Let me just click on that again. There we go, look. Brilliant bit of kit. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I love this. Prime Market Terminal, guys, if you want to purchase it monthly, whatever, it's down here in the description, and you will automatically get a 15% discount, I'm sure it is. If you click the link down in my description, I believe it's down the bottom, okay? If you don't, then, like, sometimes, you know, it's like links don't connect and all that kind of shit. If that happens, just let me know, and I will post it for you, alright? Now, cracking on. What the hell is this? Okay. Right, let me just move this to the side. Let's get on, guys. So now, as always, we're going to write down here, pardon me, currency strength, then strong, weak, and neutral, as always, okay? So right away in neutral, I'm going to put CHF, because it's just always neutral. Weak, I'm going to put NZD, because I just know it's weak. Japanese yen, okay? And I'm probably going to put CAD in there as well, but let's just have a look first of all. And I'll explain, if I don't put CAD in there for now, I'll explain why, even though the economy is fucked. What date are we on? 28th. So yeah, that's last week. Okay. As always, guys, we're going to come here. AUD, not CHF, China, and New Zealand. Okay. We always do each currency on its own, apart from NZD. Pardon me, NZD, China, and AUD. Okay. Because they're all closely correlated. So retail sales, bearish. Don't be fooled that it's green. It just came in better than the forecast, so that's why it's green. But it came in worse than previous. Okay, so that's bearish. Bearish, bullish, bullish. Same, sticky, sticky. CPI, bearish. Don't be fooled that it's green. It's bearish. CPI year on year is, yeah, strong, bullish. It's remained the same, but it's still stronger than they thought, so that's good, that's bullish. Trimmed means CPI, is bullish. Don't be fooled that it's red. It just never came as high as they thought. But look, it has increased from 0.2 to 0.3, which is a good thing. It's an increase, so that's bullish, okay? Do not be fooled by the colours red or green, okay? Pardon me. ANZ Business Conference 59.2. Bearish. 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 Okay. This week, what have we got? Commodity prices year on year. Building approvals, current account, manufacturing, non-manufacturing. We've got a fair bit of news this week we want to see. Where's my last ones? I'm going to keep AUD in strong for now, for various reasons. And again, like I said, their central bank rates are the highest, so that means a lot of people will be looking to invest money into the AUD because they are going to get the highest return. Okay. Now, I believe the AUD is in for a massive crash at some point, massive crash, because inflation has run away with itself again, and house prices are rocketing. They're way overinflated. The interest rates, on the housing is fucked. So I believe people are going to get stung in the arse with that, okay? However, for now, AUD is still strong. AUD strong, NZD weak, okay? Moving on. Let's just get this done. Let's look at last month. Corporate profits. Bearish, bearish, bullish. Okay, shit. Yeah, there's really nothing next week that we care about. Let's just have a look at oil. So like I keep saying, you might be like, oh, look, oil's bullish. It's not bullish. It is bearish. It's just coming back up. Look, boom, boom. So this is in a prime zone here for me to sell it from. Okay, let me just tidy this up actually, because it's right there. There's the zone. So wait, I'll show you the zone. Where are we? Where the hell is it? Oh, there we go. There's the zone right there. Right? There. That small candle, large engulfing. This is a liquidity grab. And away back down. So zone, 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 liquidity grab, and away. So I'm really looking for, get rid of that, a rejection round about here, right? Round about here. Boom, boom. And I'll be looking to sell it potentially. If it comes back up to here, even better, because that's a beautiful zone there, and it's really good value, okay? So this is why, excuse me, this is why Canadian dollar can be showing some strength just now. It's because the price of oil is going up, but it's only going up because people want to get it at a good price before Trump then floods the market of Venezuelan oil, and then it's going to go like this, bang, bang, bang. The price of oil is going to be cheap as fuck, okay? That's how it's going to roll. So I'm going to keep Canadian dollar in weak, okay? Because it is weak, but we just have to keep our eye on oil and so on and so forth. I wouldn't be trading it anyway. Moving on, guys. CHF, we don't even bother looking at that because it's pointless. It's just always in neutral, and we have to remember that it's based on risk on, risk off sentiment. If markets are risk on, you want to be looking to sell CHF, so buy the other pair against CHF. If markets are risk off, you want to be buying CHF against a weaker pair, okay, against a weaker currency, sorry. Final core CPI year on year. Okay, let's just fly through this. Sticky, bearish, sticky, bullish, sticky, bullish. Well, it's kind of neutral because it's sticky. Bullish, sticky, bullish, 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 bearish, bullish. Okay. Same, sticky. So it's kind of mixed data. We've got a lot of news coming up next week. All the manufacturing and services PMIs, unemployment, core flash estimate. We've got tons of news next week, or this week, I should say, coming up. for the euro. Okay, I'm going to keep it in neutral for now, but again, you could say it's potentially weak bearish. And it's got a really low central bank rate. So out of this, in the likes of GBP or Euro, people are going to want to put their money into these because they're higher rates, so they're going to make more on their money. This is one of the lowest rates that people aren't going to make money buying Euro bonds right now, okay? Obviously, that's just a small piece of the puzzle, but I'm just explaining. So I'm going to keep that in neutral. Moving on. But again, you could obviously see that as weak bearish, I believe, right? If we come across here, where are we? Sentiment. Is it this one? Hold on. Where the hell is it? Where the hell? Is it this one? Where the fuck is it? Oh, there we go. Bank time notes. Yes, Euro is weak bearish, aye. There you go. So I'm going to keep it neutral, but bear in mind it's neutral, weak bearish. Pound. Let's have a look. Bearish, okay. Nothing there last week. Manufacturing, money supply, mortgage approvals, net lending. Yeah, so we do want to see annual services. Yeah, we've got a fair bit of news this week coming up for the pound. I would just say it's GBP is neutral. I'm going to keep it neutral for now until we see some more solid data. Moving on, Japanese yen. We already know that's weak. I mean, it might see some strength just now because it's risk off. However, previously it was risk off. Sorry. Again, look, stagnant, bearish, bullish, but still a lot lower than expected. But it's still bullish, and bullish, but still weak. Manufacturing, we've got manufacturing this week, unemployment rate, capital spending, monetary rate. Yeah, we've got a fair bit of news this week, a little bit that we want to see, nothing much. So I'm going to keep Japanese yen in weak. It's already there. USD, let's have a look at last week. ADP real employment. So bearish, bullish, bullish. Same. We don't care about that. Unemployment claims have increased, so that's bearish. Don't be fooled that it's green. It came in less than expected, so it gave a mild positive instant result, but over long term, it's bearish. Bullish, bearish, bullish. Okay, so fairly mixed data. This week we've got final manufacturing PMI. I think this is NFP week as well, is it not? Yes, indeed. Non-farm payroll change, final services, ISM, unemployment, average hourly. Yeah, we've got tons of news this week, and it's a non-farm payroll week. Okay, so just remember NFP. I'm going to take USD from neutral, and I'm going to place it back in strong. Okay, so this. Fuck me, sorry guys. This week's currencies are strong AUD USD, weak NZD Japanese yen Canadian dollar, neutral CHF Euro GBP. I'll say it again. Strong AUD USD, weak NZD Japanese yen CAD, neutral CHF Euro GBP. Okay, so that's how we want to be basing our trades. Look at the strong economies, look at the weak economies, match up a strong economy with a weak economy, and you're either going to be buying it or selling it. So GBP AUD would be a sell, in this example. Let's have a look. AUD NZD would be a buy. AUD Japanese yen would be a buy. CHF Japanese yen would be a buy, right? So things like that, and that's how you work it, okay? But really, when you look through here, there's really nothing that I would take right now. Like, you see, you need a pullback for it to go. You need a big pullback. There's bugger all. All right, so I'm not going to waste any more time going through it because there's fuck all there right now. Okay, we need all this to pull back. Boom, boom, and away it goes. All right, lads. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy these videos. If they're useful to you, that's great. I hope you put it to good use. If you would like one-to-one mentorship, you can see in here. Look, the guys are all taking our trades. They're all making cash. They're all doing well. Right? We give daily. Lee, my business partner, he gives daily scalp trades, and I give, swing trades whenever they come up. All right? So that's it from us at Trading Guys. I'm Ryan Mack. Thank you for watching. Have a great week. Be safe. Don't overtrade. Don't over-risk. If there's a trade there, take it. If there isn't a trade there, just fucking walk away. Save your capital, okay? Being in a liquid position and not in a trade is still being in a position. You're in a position of liquidity. You have liquid cash there, okay? Don't just fucking start gambling, okay? Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.